Hello! So a couple days ago I got a package from Senegence with a bunch of new to me products that I've never tried before. So I figured I really want to do a first impressions video, and I kind of want to do a full face of first impressions, but I don't have enough new products for a full face. So I've got several Senegence products, and then I kind of dug through my makeup stash and found a couple things that I've never tried before, just to try to stretch it further, the whole thing of first impressions. So anyway, I've got a couple of things that I've never tried before that I'm really excited to try out. So let's get to it. I'm going to kind of speed through the first part of my makeup because it's mostly like the second half that I have new stuff. But one of the products that I am trying for the first time is this. Okay, so it's called Hydrating Facial Serum Mist. That's what it looks like. It's sort of like a setting spray, but it's technically skincare. It's, like I said, it's a hydrating mist. You put it on when you're doing your skincare as before your moisturizer, but you can also use it as like a setting spray to refresh your makeup throughout the day, after you apply, whatever. I also want to try it. It has glycerin in it, which is the product that, like, for instance, MAC Fix Plus, a couple of those other setting sprays that people use to help eyeshadows stick to their lids better. It has that in it, so I'm going to try it for that, see how that works. I'm going to use this really quick as a primer, and then I'm going to do a voiceover as I finish the rest of my makeup up until the point where I can try out the rest of the products. So anyway, here we go. Okay, already I can say this smells really, really good. And it has a really nice mist. Like, you know how some products are just kind of like on your face when you spray them and it's like, ugh, just kind of terrifying. This one has just a really nice, soft, just even, it's like a mist. There's not little droplets. So if you spray it on your completed makeup look, you're not gonna have little like dots on your face. It's very misty. So I really like that about it. I'll see how makeup sits over it. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of speed through the rest of my makeup. Okay, so I'm starting off by applying my Make Sense foundation in the color Almond. This is the regular formula, and I'm just speeding through this because you guys know that this is the foundation that I always use every single time I ever apply my makeup. It's just the best and my favorite. And then I'm using a Morphe Kabuki brush. I believe it's the M439. I'm not positive on that one. I will have the links all down below just in case I got that wrong. But I'm just stippling that and blending it into the skin for a beautiful finish. And then I'm applying the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Fair. This is my favorite concealer for when I'm doing a little bit more of a full coverage look. I have a different concealer I like for when I'm going a little bit more natural, but this one is just great for when you're going full coverage because it's just really thick and beautiful. So one of the products that I found in my drawer when I was looking around that I hadn't used completely like a ton was this Too Faced Natural Face Palette. You've seen me use this on the channel. I have used the highlighters and the blushes quite a bit, but I have never used the bronzers just because looking at them, like, they're just a little much for me. This one is like, it looks like a blush to me. It does not look like a bronzer because it's a shimmer for one, but it has like a pinky red undertone that does not look like a bronzer to me. And then the other one's just a little bit warmer, and it's kind of, that one's just a little bit warmer and kind of a satin and not completely matte. And I just love my Physicians Formula butter bronzer so much. Like, that's just what I always reach for. So I figured today, as part of my first impressions, I would use these, and I would use both, and I'm going to use that one as my bronzer and that one as my blush because I might as well. I mean, look at it right next to that one. Like, that one's a blush, that one's the bronzer. Like, they look so similar in the pan to me for like a bronzy, kind of a natural look that I do love occasionally. I might really like that. Occasionally, I really like putting just a lot of bronzer on in kind of both the blush and the bronzer area, and then makes your makeup a lot faster, and I think it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna try it that way, see what I think, and then I'll probably just use one of the highlighters for my face. Let's see what we think of this. Okay, so to apply the actual bronzer, I'm gonna use this. It's just a blush brush. Any blush brush will do. Like I said in my last videos, I really need to get a new brush for this, but I just haven't found anything that knocked my socks off. I really want something huge. So I'm gonna go into this shade here. It's Honey Bunny, No, it's Sunny Honey. So just put it right there so far. It looks, I mean, it does look good. It just looks really orange to me. But once I get all of my makeup on, it might look fine. Just right now I'm like, it looks really orange. I like this bronzer. I do. It warmed up my face a lot. I think one thing about a warmer bronzer like this is it's gonna look really pretty and like better than it does now when I'm tan. So like in the summer, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be really good. Right now it's just kind of a little like, but like I said, once I get the rest of my makeup on, you might not really notice that it looks kind of orange. It might just, everything just will blend together nicely. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the blush, and I'm gonna use Tropic Like It's Hot, the other bronzer color. I'm a little nervous about this, but we will see. Okay, so I've only added it to one cheek so far. I'm not a fan. I'm not. I do think it would be really pretty as bronzer though. It's lighter than the other one. I don't know, I think when you're wanting to be really glowy, because you can see even in camera, I can tell in the viewfinder, it's got a sheen to it. I think it would be really pretty when you're already tan, like I said, because it is kind of orangey like the other one, to just very lightly dust this around, you know, the outsides of your face to just kind of give you a little more depth, a little more color. Don't like it as blush though. I showed you this trick in another video where I take a big brush and just kind of swirl it around. So I'm gonna just blend that a little bit more with a clean brush, see if that makes a difference. I mean, it's not horrible, but I wouldn't wear this as blush. I'm gonna take Pink Wink, the bright pink color. I'm gonna put a little on top of that and see if the two together might make it wearable. That I like. Okay, so now I have to do the same thing to the other cheek. So I'm going to take Tropic Like It's Hot first. And then Pink Wink. So I don't know if it's something I do with the foundation or just the fact probably that I've just blended it so much with this big brush, but I feel like everything's moving around a little bit, and I feel like it's because it was getting kind of patchy. So I'm gonna take that damp sponge and I'm just gonna kind of clean up like that. Felt like all that color was going too low. So final verdict on this. I do like Honey Bunny, that color. It would be a really good bronzer for during the summer because it does have orange to it. So when I naturally have a tan, I'm naturally a little bit darker, it would be really pretty. The Tropic Like It's Hot by itself is not a good blush, but mixed it was really pretty. So I might keep playing around with that, see what I think, see if I like it. So that's the final verdict. Okay, so now I'm just going into Satin Sheets and doing my highlight. Okay, so face is done. Now I'm gonna do my brows. Typically when I do a YouTube video, I like to have my brows done ahead of time just because I always do the same thing. What I do for my brows, what I have been doing, and it sounds weird, but I've really been liking the results, is I use mascara and I go through and, you know, very lightly apply like you would a colored brow gel. And it just holds them like really beautifully. I've been using the, what is it? It's the Tarte. I don't know, but I'll link it down below. It's a Tarte one. But, and then I'll use a brush and I'll kind of fill in with that mascara like a couple of bald spots. And that's what I've been doing, and I really like it. It gives very natural, bold brows, and I think it's really, really pretty. So, Senegence has a product called Brow Sense that I've been wanting to try. There's very mixed reviews about this. Some people love it, a lot of people hate it, a lot of people just can't figure out how to use it or make it look good. So I figured I kind of want to try it, make my own decision. So what it is it's on one side, it's basically like lip sense for your brows. Like you paint it on and it doesn't smudge off. And I tried it on my hand and it doesn't come off. It was there for a day after washing my hands and taking a shower and stuff. So it comes with just this little teeny tiny brush on one side, and then the other side is a spoolie. And I don't know if this spoolie is just for like brushing out your brows or if that's for like dipping and then coating your brows. I figure I'll try both ways. This is the color Dark. It's the darkest color they have. And it's almost got a little bit of a green undertone, I'm noticing, and there's probably a reason for that. I feel like I've heard a reason for that, but I can't remember it. I really don't know what to expect with this. I'm just gonna see what I think. It might take some getting used to, but let's try it out. I just wanted to pop on here really quick and say I filmed this video, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago because I'm really bad at getting videos out quickly. And you're gonna see my first impression of this product was not really that good. But now that I've been using it for a while, I have absolutely fallen in love with it. I apply my brows on the days that I wash my hair, which is twice a week, and my brows last a good solid 3 days. I'm gonna try using, I mean, it's working. It's just, what you're basically doing is like you're mimicking microblading, like individual hair strokes, and I feel like this is gonna take forever. So I'm going to try using my brow brush. I'm going to try using this. The wand is very tiny on the product itself, but I have gotten used to it and I have learned to kind of load it up with product and apply it that way. I just find it best, and then you can really get in there and detail those little teeny tiny hair-like strokes on your brows just for a really, really natural, beautiful look. I think I'm going to do a brow video here soon and just kind of update you guys and show exactly what I do. Okay. Final verdict. I just did one brow, obviously. I'm going to have to play around a little bit more. It's a very natural brow. Even looking at it right here, I can't tell I did anything. Do the other brow. I think I'm going to end up liking it, because I think the problem I was having is you have to like constantly be dipping back in there because this little teeny tiny brush, like look at it, it's so tiny. It doesn't really hold very much product, so you really need to like be re-dipping constantly so you have product on there to put on your brows, because like 2 swipes and it's all gone. So I do think I will like it. I do think that I may end up using like the brush and this thing both every time, because just depositing the product like in the middle of the brow is really nice with this one, and then kind of around the edges or like places that I have to fill in like little hairs, it's nice with that one. So I think I like it, but I'll keep using it and then I'll let you know my final decision in another tutorial probably. So I'm gonna go do the other brow and I'll be right back. Okay, final thoughts on the brows. The way I applied, not crazy about. But I think I will end up liking it, because what I typically do is I go in, and I don't know why I didn't just try this. I typically go in with my mascara, put it on my brows, which I have mascara on my brows right now. And then I'll take a little brush and a little bit of mascara and just kind of fill in a couple bald spots. I think I will like it for that because it'll be a lot thinner, a lot more natural. It'll just look a lot better. After I put my mascara on my brows, I am very happy with the outcome. I think it was able to fill in those bald spots, kind of like right there. That's not all my brow, like my brow stops like right there and it goes till there. It looks really natural the way it was able to make my brows look bigger. I think I will end up liking it. I need to mess around with it a little bit more. I think I'll end up liking it. I don't know why I didn't just do it that way in the first place for the video. I was trying to apply it like you would normally apply brow product. So I don't like it like that. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. But I think I'll end up liking it, doing it the other way. So I'll let you know. I'll do it in another tutorial sometime to show you. And we shall see. Next, I'm going to go on to my eyeballs. And the new product that I have is a new color of eyeshadow. This is Rustic Brown. It's brand new. It's, here, let me do a swatch for you. It came out this last like summer, fall or whatever in a limited edition collection, and it was so popular that people wouldn't let it go away. So that's what it looks like. It's just a super dark brown. Nothing really not to like, but I'm gonna use it in a quick little eye look with all Shadow Sense. I do want to do a swatch next to Garnet, which is the other brown that we have been using for all of time, and just kind of show you what the difference is. Okay, they're very similar. That one's Garnet, that one's Rustic Brown. Garnet is a lot warmer, a little bit lighter. They're closer than I thought they were going to be, actually. Garnet actually has a lot of red. I don't know if you can see on camera because the lighting today is not great. It's kind of overcast. But yeah, Rustic Brown is definitely a lot darker. This might actually be really good for, I used to do kind of the Instagram brow where I would fill it in with this, which is very similar to like a little dip brow, like a pot brow gel. It's very, very similar, but I would always have to mix Garnet with a black one, which is called Onyx, to get the perfect color, because Garnet was just so warm. It really pulled very reddy orange on me. So this might be really good for when I want to do, you know, that sharp, like, kind of a brow. I'm going to try that later too. Okay, so I'm starting out, I'm doing an all Shadow Sense look until I get to the shimmer, and then I'm going to use one so I can test out that setting spray and see if it works like MAC Fix Plus on a shimmer, like a powdered shadow. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to do Sandstone Pearl. It's just like a flesh colored color. And I'm going to put this down as like a primer. When I'm using all shadows and like I remember and I care about my eyeshadow looking good for a long time, I always do this because then it helps the powder shadows stay longer and not crease as badly and stuff. So I'm just going to put that down. And this brush is dirty. Yay! Okay, that sucks. This had brown on it already. And I did not realize. So normally this color would disappear, but it looks like I put a light brown. Well, at least it doesn't look bad per se. It just kind of not what I was expecting. Since there's some color to that, I'm going to blend out the edges with a fluffier brush. Normally, you wouldn't be able to see that. So then I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Next, I'm going to take Mocha Java. This is kind of your perfect transition shade brown. It looks good on everybody that I've like ever seen. Okay, so that's that one. Mocha Java is just kind of, like I said, your perfect transition shade color. The best way to apply these that I have found is I'm going to take my brush. This brush is a Morphe M433. It's just a fluffy natural hair brush. I'm just gonna take and kind of the product off of the little wand. I don't like dotting it on my eye. Some people prefer to do it that way. I don't feel like I have as much control that way, and it'll get too heavy too quickly. Okay, so now I'm taking the Rustic Brown color, and I'm just gonna very, very slowly build this up. These colors do best, especially the dark ones. They do best when you slowly build them up so you don't get too much on your brush. It just gives a more beautiful finish and stuff. They're very buildable. So I'm gonna just dab a little bit on here, and I'm gonna put this kind of in that outer V, which is like back like that, like you were doing a wing, and then up into your crease. So like that. And that's just going to give some dimension to your eye without it being like, whoa, you have a blob of dark stuff on the outside of your eyeball. So it'll be more attractive that way. And I'm just really lightly getting in there and getting a tiny bit of product, because I don't want to have too much. I want to be able to build it up slowly. And then I'm just grabbing that slightly bigger brush that I was using before, blending that together. That's a little secret. The best way to blend stuff together is to grab the brush that you used before, so typically a slightly bigger brush, and it'll either have a little bit of leftover product on it, or you can just get a little bit more product on it. And I did remember that since I am doing kind of a fade with a lighter shimmer color, I did fill in that, so basically halfway through and over has that dark shade on it. So now you can see that's why you build like dark to light, because you can see how I have a nice like ombre down my eye. That's what you're going for. Just nicely blended out, no like sharp like line of, you know, where it's just dark and then it stops. You want it to be a nice fade. I really like that color. Very, very pleased with this color. Yay! One thing about Shadow Sense is because it's cream to powder formula, you don't have forever. Like if I try to go back up there and blend that, the top, it's already set. It's already dried. It's stuck in place for, you know, a couple hours or until I take it off or whatever. So you do want to work sort of quickly with your eyeshadows because they will dry and you'll run out of time and you won't be able to blend them out hardly at all, if at all. I've never really run into an issue, but don't like, just blend each step as you're doing it. Don't like wait to blend it all at the end. Okay, so quick review on this. Really like it. I knew I liked the product before, so I mean, it's just a review on the color, but I really like the color. I might actually like the color better than Garnet, and Garnet was like my favorite color ever. So that's a win in my book. Okay, so next we're gonna try out putting a powder, a shimmer on our lids. And we're gonna use this as like a MAC Fix Plus, something like that. Like I said, it has glycerin in it, so I think it should work. We'll see. I've never actually used MAC Fix Plus before. I've just seen like every YouTuber ever use it, like in every single video all the time, and they all love it. So I feel like I'll know if it doesn't work. So I don't know. You'll see how it works. See if you think it works just as good. So I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is like my favorite palette ever. And I'm going to use that pink shade right there. I'm just going to use this brush again. I should probably get more brushes, but this is like my favorite brush. I have plenty of brushes. This is just my favorite one, so I always use it. I need to get multiples of this brush. Okay, so I've got my brush loaded with product. I'm going to give that a quick little spritz. And we shall see what we think. It smells good. I think it worked. I mean, like I said, I don't really have anything to compare it to, but it definitely applied nicely. Let me dig my brush in there and get a little bit more on the brush. Okay, I need to try MAC Fix Plus, but I don't think it's supposed to do this. It's almost like clumpy on my eye, right there. The rest of the spot looks fine, but right there it's almost kind of clumpy. And I don't know if that's because I went in twice and did too much, or if that's just, it's just not good for that. Yeah, glycerin's not the first ingredient. It's like third, fourth, somewhere in there. So yeah, I'm gonna say this does not work. MAC Fix Plus. I never have applied my shimmers with brushes though. I've always done it with my finger and just done it like a swatch because I've always find that I get the most pigmentation that way. So I'm not necessarily disappointed because I wasn't really expecting it to be any better than that anyway. Kind of a bummer, but that's okay. So I'm just going to apply, and I'm going to show you the difference afterwards. I'm just going to apply it with my finger like I normally would, that color. See the amount of pigmentation that just doing that gave. I use a brush, any brush, to just kind of blend out the edges so it's all just kind of seamless. I'm going to finish up my eyes really quick, and I'll come back after I do that. Okay, so I'm back. I applied the Sentence Eye Sense eyeliner pencil in black in my waterline top and bottom about halfway in. And then I applied the Lash Sense Volume Intense Mascara in non-waterproof. All that's left is lips. That's the last new product I have. I got a new color of Lip Sense. Okay, so I have the color Nude Pink. This Lip Sense color came out in a limited edition collection last summer, and this color, like, they couldn't keep it in stock. It kept selling out, kept selling out, kept selling out. So eventually they just made it part of the permanent line. So this color is permanent now. and it's such a beautiful, just like nude pink, that I figured I had to have it. So I have not tried this yet. I have tried it on my hand. I'll do a little swatchy swatch for you real quick. There it is right there. That right there is an old swatch from a couple days ago when I first got it, so might be able to tell better there. That one's not dry yet, but it's just a really pretty nude pink, and I'm really getting into nudes lately. I never was much of a nude lipstick wearer, but the last couple of months I'm really starting to like them. So we'll see what I think. Okay, so there's the first layer. Already I really like it. It's similar, I think, to Bella, which is a really popular color. It's just a little darker. Bella is a little darker than this, so if you like Bella but it's a little much for you, you might really like this one, I think. This is a neutral color too. It's not warm or cool, which means it's gonna look good on a lot of people. That's 3 layers, and then I'm going to put my matte gloss on. I love matte gloss. It's relatively new to me. I always use glossy. It's so smooth. It doesn't like change the appearance or make it glossy or shiny or anything. It's just very soft and velvety. I really like this color. I can see why it's everybody's favorite. Just to prove. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I like it. It's a little bit more pinky, warm peachy than I thought it would be, but it's still really, really, really pretty. My favorite color recently has been First Love, which is very similar, just a little less pinky, more true nude. So I really, really like this color. Finish up, I'm gonna use this as a setting spray. See what we think of that. Oh, I can't get over how good that smells. Oh my goodness. That just melted all of my powders together so nicely. I really like that. I'm gonna start using that as a setting spray all the time now. It may have added a little bit of glow, but not necessarily like a ton. So it's not super glowy. So if you don't want like a glowy look, this is really good. It gave a really healthy, like slightly glowy appearance, but not to where you look like greasy. And I do have very oily skin, so this is a big win. I really, really like that. I still think it's worth getting for the fact that it is skincare and a setting spray. I wouldn't have used it as MAC Fix Plus that much anyway. So that's my final review. I hope you enjoyed this video. My son just woke up from his nap. He might be able to hear him. He's kind of crying in the background, so I think I better go. But I hope you really liked this. I had a lot of fun. Got to try out a bunch of new products. And I just realized as I was doing this, I was like, man, I want to go somewhere. I don't have anywhere to go. And then I realized there's a wedding tonight. And today's Friday. My husband's been off of work for the last couple of days, so I kind of totally forgot that today's Friday. I have no idea what time of the week it is. So I have somewhere to go tonight. Yay! Always feel sad when you waste a nice face of makeup and don't go anywhere. I think I liked all of the products. The brow scents, I'll get back to you. I'm going to try it out a little bit more. But everything else, I like. So, have an awesome day, guys. I have hair. Look, let me zoom you in so you can see what it's doing. Look, that's out. I forgot what I was saying. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Ah! I don't know what I was going to say. I hate that.